Hello, hello, hello. What up? How is everybody? Give it a moment. What is up? I'm going to talk about a little bit about what happened recently as I choke when I go live. I ate a peanut. Oops. What is up? Hello, Jacinth. Hello, hello. Come on in, everybody. So recently, I did day 3 or week 3 of our around the world excursion. Hello, hello, Michelle. Hello. And where we went with that, excuse me, I really did almost choke on a peanut as I went live. Water. Note to self: don't eat right before you go live. So, some really cool things happened. I'll kind of talk about those a little bit. Um, we cleared some pretty important things this time. Although every time I feel like it's important, as it truly is. And I don't know if you guys saw my post. We discovered something pretty cool. I should say my daughter did. She asked, what is up, Amy? She decided to ask Alexa off one time who I was. And when you ask her who I am, she has a really cool response. The first time it was something about newly appointed something, but guardian of the balance between the magical worlds or something like that. I don't know. It said something about newly appointed protector of the balance of the worlds, basically. It was pretty interesting. So you should ask her who Juniper Blue Mystique is. We did and discovered there's an answer to that. And then I'm like, who creates that answer? Like, who put that in there? That's what I want to know. Like, where did that come from? I don't advertise my business as that. Like, what? I'm still shocked. I asked again. It was the same thing. So that was pretty cool. You guys should try that sometime. I never knew that was even a possibility. My daughter was like, how famous are you? And I'm like, not very famous. And she's like, do you mean I can't just Google you? And I was like, I don't know. And then she asked Alexa and got an answer like that. And we were both like, what? And every time you do it, as long as she does not confused on what you're saying, we get the same answer. So apparently I'm a newly appointed protector of the balance of the worlds. I don't know. And then today I pulled the consequences card. So I don't know. I may be in trouble again. I don't know. But what up, everybody? How are you guys? Yeah. 33333. Oh gosh. Hopefully I'm not in trouble. I hate the consequences card. I don't like that card. That's the one we would pull a lot before my DM died. And I don't like that card. I just never liked it. And I know they have more meanings than just that, but it's like, when it deals with me, it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's a lot of responsibility I don't want all the time. Just saying. So how is everybody else feeling? I've been feeling all right, I'd say. I'm still a little bit shocked that that title is under my name. But we went to day 3, I don't know what you want to call it, week 3, day 3 of our around the world excursion. It was amazing. The first one was in Ecuador. The second time around, we went to British Columbia, through Botswana and Zimbabwe, and then wrapped it around through Kenya. Okay, and these are all on the equator line, or at least near there, or reconcile as such. Then we went to this next one, we went to the Congo, right? The British and Republican Democratic of Congo. There is a split there. What was interesting about that one is I activated a few pyramids in the center of it, but I had to like repair them. And then it was like this karmic smash. That's the best thing I can call it. where kind of we did this thing where, karmically playing out, how do I put that? Among the planet, everybody's going to put out what they get. They're going to reap what they sow, kind of a thing. And because from there we went to like underneath the White House and we did some stuff there. And I was like, wow, there was all like these like pods or areas, these tunnels under there, and this dark ritualistic kind of stuff that I cleared. And not just me, but the DM as well. He did a lot this time, energetically, of course. Um, yeah, I don't know. It was pretty amazing. I'm like already kind of forgetting it because I channel it. What else do we do? That one, there's a lot of clearing of like that kind of stuff. These underground tunnels, and then like something with just the White House crumbling and burning up. And then I'm trying to remember, what else did we do? We cleared Jerusalem. Oh, that's right. The DM helped clear all of that. Went into the concentration type camps and removed all of the souls that were kind of trapped there. Cleared a lot of that energy, the bloodshed. And I got to see some of that play out, which was very not pleasant at all. That's right. We did. We cleared Jerusalem. And so the Garden of Eden was rising a little bit more. I remember that now. Thank you so much. I've been going to the Garden of Eden a lot since the beginning of doing this work, right? And we went to the Garden of Eden and it began to rise a little bit more. And that is when, in the energy, the DM cleared a lot of that, did a lot of healing there with me. In Jerusalem, yeah, that was pretty important. And then, yeah, so when I was like under those tunnels, under the White House area, there was something about locations, like it was strategically located specifically like that for a reason. So it's facing a certain way, and it affected other like monuments and such. And I kind of undid all of that. I don't know how else to explain that. And then at the same time, like all these shackles came off and just went like freed so many things. So many things got cleared and freed. It was like a lot. So I'm like, wait, what happened? Kind of similar. So I remember saying something like, I feel like everything that we have done had led up to that moment, right? Like we wouldn't have been able to do that moment without everything else. I feel like it was kind of like the epitome of all the healings and clearings kind of wrapped in and what we were able to undo and kind of what was cleared out of the energy that time. And then we also rotated the core of the earth again a little bit more. And then when the pyramids there, I had to rebuild a pyramid there, which was not a good thing necessarily. I feel like there was intentional destruction over there in the Congo. So I don't know much about that area, but I felt like there was a lot of divide, just a lot of differences and a lot of lower vibrational things. And so there was a big push in the energy there. What they're kind of calling an energetic collide. I like that. So that's kind of what happened in this one. The Congo. That was really the only place though. Like there was no other energy we called in with it. It was mostly just the Congo. And then we went to the White House and did all that kind of stuff. And there was a lot of things about the cross again and how Jesus did 333. There's a lot of threes in this video. He did not drive. Whenever I see Jesus or healed his soul or anything, process his death, there's never been a cross. The only crosses I've seen is in clearing in the darkness that we just cleared out. That was the only crosses that I've ever seen. And there was a lot of them. And they were like all of these people wearing these black robes and like these big things with crosses, but the crosses were upside down, except for when they looked down, they didn't look like upside down. And then had like these rosary beads. And they were doing like some kind of chanting. And it's all underneath the White House. And so that's kind of where we went and cleared it out. Kind of blasted it away. That's the best thing I can say. And then like destroyed it basically. I think that was the main things. It was very beautiful and powerful, simple and yet complicated all at the same time with this one. And the earth will release energy going forward as needed and necessary, like usual. I think everything that I do is just all energetic based that way. And then top that off with asking, your Alexa device who that person is and getting the answer of that. There's been a lot of weight on my shoulders. And then today I got the card that I like, the consequences card. And I don't like the consequences card. I really don't. So I'm like, crap, I messed up again. I don't know. It's not funny, but it is. So that's been my day on the energy since the workshop. I did forget to put something. So I've been working on that stuff, kind of catching up. Just kind of cleaned house. I don't know. It's been hot here. How's your guys' weather and things? Like, does anybody have any questions? I don't think I missed anything else other than Jerusalem, but I talked about that now. There's only one more, 11-11-3-3. One more workshop to activate the final component of pyramids next week. So, yeah. That's about it, I think. Do a collective message. I think that's a really good idea right now. I want to do a collective message. It was an amazing experience. It was like very celebratory on that one for what we cleared and accomplished, I feel like, too. It was a very amazing experience. I'm probably not doing it justice. But there was a lot. We always do a lot in them, within them. And it's one of those, you just kind of have to be there to get the full gamut. But it was quite beautiful. Powerful clearing and healing. And I saw the DM light up like I did one time when I got the white flame back. And he was just lit up blue and white. And so it's pretty awesome. And then he did like a healing on me a little bit and was very present in the energy. So that was nice. So I'm just kind of asking for a collective message. It's time to leave the past behind. It's time to leave troubles behind. It's time to leave the past behind. And it's time to do it now. It's like a warning. Because there's a big shift in the energy, a big energetic shift and a push. And a cleansing, a big clearing going on in the energy is what I'm hearing. And it's just time to leave the past behind now. It's time to do it now. Regain certainty and regain balance. Hope and clarity. Let's see. A couple of them flew. To pick those up. Oh. Well, this is quite interesting. This is quite interesting, my friends. So I pulled my own cards, and this didn't come up, but it did just now. So we do have the Twin Flame card. I haven't pulled that one in quite a while. Twin Flame energy, evolution, gracious receptivity, and crystal keys. This was one of the first ones that came out. Gracious receptivity, evolution, and they're saying one more. So harmonic flight is the Twin Flame one. So there's being forced union. They're forcing union energies. And the time is now to you know what I mean? So here's the thing about that too, is if we're not at our best, it's really hard to unite. It is a responsibility. It's one that I stepped into when I wrote that contract with my first DM, right? And the new one and I have to fulfill that. It's just, even though he died, it went into somebody else, it still has to be fulfilled. And so there is a push on the contracts within the energy. And everybody can feel it. That's what they're saying. They truly, truly can. Then we have water. and furried and feathered friends. So it is. It's like be weary, be aware of overflow and plenty. You know what I mean? Like our indulgences, be weary, stay in balance, and the flow is really big importance right now. Furried and feathered friends. This is truly about listening to our guides, but also love, connecting to the spirit, the nature of the planet, right? The planet's nature, environment. That's the best thing I can say with that one. But flow like water. This is truly about fluidity and not overwhelm. Okay. So over feasting. Crystal keys. 22. 22 and the twin flame coming out together is very relevant. Right before my DM and I connected, it was all twos. It was based on twos. And they would warn me, pay attention to the twos. Twos are coming. And then we energetically combined. You guys, it was so powerful. Like, I don't even know how to describe when his soul and my soul combined the first time. It was crazy, insanely powerful. Okay. So this is the work that I did is partly contingent upon the union of those souls. It really truly is. What up, Lisa? So this is a big deal. This is why there is that pressure. There is that push. There is that pull. There is like, tower moments, those kinds of things. It's very real. It's bringing us back to the center of that, back to the center of union, back to the center of spiritual connection and flow. And this is about twin flame. This week ahead is all about twin flame energy, is what they're saying. Very, very, very much so. A big, huge push here. And another call for the DM again. And I don't really like doing that, but that's what they're saying. And for the feminine to get back in balance in a big way. And so it's not right. It's like both sides being called forward to be our best, to be your best self. So if you're a twin flame, if we're not in our best, so like pretend like you're dating yourself, right? What makes you feel beautiful? What makes you feel your best? And that's how I knew this last time it wasn't going to work out, because I wasn't feeling my best. I was just so tired from this journey. It's been one hell of a ride for me. But in order to unite in the twin flame world, it truly is about being your best self, healing those nuances, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Amy was asking Lisa how she's feeling. Pretty good. They're both in the workshop. I was kind of discussing the workshop a bit, Lisa, and I don't know if I missed anything. I don't think I did. I talked about clearing Jerusalem and the Congo and kind of the elimination of everything that was going on in the White House. Those kinds of things occurred. So I did talk about that a little bit. And then I was just giving a collective message, and oddly enough, it's all about the twin flames. So hopefully I didn't do anything to muck that up again, right? Like, oh man, it's been one hell of a journey. And then I also talked about how I find it really weird how you can ask our electronic devices who I am, and it comes up with the protector of the balance of the worlds. But like, who created that? Who put that on there? So that was another question I had. I can't seem to get an answer about. But the energies this week ahead are all about the twin flame and evolution and the push for that. There has to be union of the souls. There has to be. Amy H says, no, I didn't muck anything up. You want to give me a message, Amy? Would you give me a message? I'll give you one too. I already gave you one. We could do a really quick message exchange. I would do that. So Lisa said mystical balance. Yes, it was. But today I asked too, and it was about newly appointed protector of the balance between the mystical realms. Yeah, it was something like that. It was like, whoa, that is so weird. Who created that? Like, who put that in there? That's what I want to know. I feel like I did muck something up, though. I got the consequences card, and I've been a little bit like just blah about everything. I don't know. Just out of balance. That's what I'm hearing. I got a little out of balance. Adjust. Follow the guidance. Of course, that's what I'm hearing. And then I don't know where we're going on our final adventure of the activations, but maybe if I can get everything together in time, the DM might align. Lisa says, I have felt a big pull towards a twin flame, but I do not know if I truly have one or not. That's very interesting. That is very interesting. And that's a really good question. Twin flames are very powerful. When you meet them, you know. You can feel it sometimes. Like with mine, there was like this click in the heart space. It was weird. That's what you got? That's seriously what you just got? Okay. But I don't think it's the thing you think of to let go of. I think it's just old energies in general, necessarily, if that makes more sense. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's a bit of a struggle to let go of this one. It really is. I'm not gonna lie. It's a big of a struggle to let go of this energy. Nice. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the message. Thank you. Thank you. The thing about twin flames is they're very important and relevant at this time. They are part of that 144,000. That was a big part of the journey for uniting for resurrection of Christ, right? That's what it was. Is I united the twin flames, and I remember Amy will probably remember this, and Jacinth, if she's still here, I don't know. She'll probably remember this too. Anybody who's been watching me for a while will remember that I didn't realize what it all was at first. I really thought it was just me uniting the twin flames, me and my DM, and then any other twin flames that followed. I didn't realize that that was the return of Christ. And so to have that process out like it did, it was quite intense. It was very emotional because it was my own relationship playing out in real time. And it was way more than I could imagine or handle or even process half the time. And even to this day, requires great strength that I've never knew I had before. But it turns out the union of the twin flames was me helping to unite all twin flames, but I had to clear all karma back to Adam and Eve and heal that aspect of the collective soul, which was in turn uniting me and my twin flame. And then with that, we wrote new contracts. They were like written in red at first, and then they changed to white. And we actually signed these contracts, which I didn't get to see right away. It was really quite interesting. And then the fallen angel mishaps came in. But our souls combined, and then all this Christ light came down and went through us. It was insane. It was quite powerful. And then after that, it was me and my DM are supposed to come together so that we could unite Jesus and Mary Magdalene together. And so process all of that. That was the return of Christ. And that's how it came through. So when I talk about twin flames, it's been a battle. It's been a very, very painful journey, but it's one that I would love to throw so much love into and bring back the respect of the divine masculine and the feminine union and what they're truly about. Because to be a twin flame, it's a higher being calling because it requires you to grow in a lifetime, and to unite in third dimensional energy is almost next to impossible. You really do have to get through your masks and understand your whys and just let them go. Be willing to let go of those nuances and karma cleansing and loving yourself. Think about it as loving yourself. Being willing to stand strong in your own power and really truly dig into your soul and love yourself. And the moment you're there and you're not looking outside for that love, that's truly when that union can occur. And I know this because Spirit taught me this, and that's what I had to do to unite with my twin flame. And we did. And then fallen angels came in, and he ended up passing away, and I got a new one. Yeah. So Amy, yeah, there's more than anyone realizes. The telepathy, the undeniable love, the knowing, it's amazing. So that's also part of what I did. 4444 was connect all the chakra systems of all the twin flames and the DNA, because what a twin flame is it's you. It's basically, well, with my DM in particular, it's like there's almost two souls in there. It's a soulmate and a twin soul. The twin soul truly is you split into two. It's the masculine and feminine counterparts. And you only usually unite for specific purposes of clearing large karma, or just whatever it might be. It's like huge soul growth usually. And of course, the purpose of my DM was quite large. Mine and I, our union, and then everybody else's, which is part of the 144,000. And it got behind. It was a little behind because of all of what happened on my journey. There was a whole year, which I don't think people realize. I spent a whole year fighting for the ascension, and so all of a sudden, having a title pop up on Alexa or Google or whatever it is that I'm going through, that I am newly appointed leader of the protection of the Order of the Realms or whatever, right? Like, it was so weird, and who put that in there? And I don't advertise my business as that. So I'm like over here going like, what the hell? It's so weird. But so is my journey. And so is the story. So is the return of Christ and what it all truly was. And so is the ascension. And yes, I have to be responsible, and I have to grow up, and I have to be so strong. And I had to let go of all of my nuances and habits. And sometimes the struggle's real, and I'm only human too. And, the mishaps on my union were not just the DM, right? It was both of us not understanding and not knowing, and it's a difficult process. So that's the principality of it. That's the difficulty of a twin flame union. Is it's the greatest love you'll ever have, but it requires you to also be your best self in truth, right? You have to let go of all the little quirky things that you do against true unconditional love. That's the best way to put it. And once you're sitting there going, oh, where's my DM? They don't come, They don't come. They're like, oh, run. It's a repellent. So it's always just kind of focusing on you and that love and heart-centered action and being in balance. And then you have no choice but to unite. Unless there's a fallen angel that wants your DM soul, then in which case you're screwed, which I don't think will happen again because we beat it. But now that we beat that, it's like I can never go back to who I once was. I never can. And believe me, it's not easy, because there's times even I want to. It's like, why can't I just be normal, right? Like, I can't just be normal. What is normal, though, anymore? That's really, truly the question. Can any of us really ever be normal again, knowing what we know now? I don't know. Just is what it is. So as far as in the energy, there is a lot of twin flame pull coming this week. Big push in the energy. Big push on me. Big push on my DM as well, both of us. So I can't deny that. It is about evolutionary movement. What is normal? Exactly. What is normal? I don't know. There is no normal now. Is totally aliens coming out of the sky and lightning striking the White House, right? That would be normal now. Like that, we would all be like, okay, this makes sense now. Where have you been, right? Like, you're late. That would be more normal now. I love that. So thank you for the message, Amy. But for the ascension, the 144,000 had to be activated. Your souls you are being called together if you have that. Who decides what is normal? Exactly. They decided, right? So is it now me that decides? Because if you're out of balance and wackadoodle, I got to kick you out. Is that what that means? That's not exactly what that means. Got to find humor in the what? Who is Juniper Bloom Mystique? She is the newly appointed leader, or the protector of the balance between the human and magical realms. Who knew that just clearing it brought on the responsibility too? I should have. They told me that. They did. They told me that. I love it. Who does decide what is normal now? Do. You guys remember how, I don't know if all of you watched the Jamie Foxx video I did, though. Recently, I did a video on what really happened to Jamie Foxx. And in it, I had gotten that he had a chip in his head that he tried to rip out. And some people are now calling it a stroke. But it's been really weird, right? Like there was a disconnect. I said he's on his way out. Like that is causing his death. Like it really did shorten his lifespan and things. But now Elon Musk, something was about him and putting chips in people's heads. And I'm like, I can't make this shit up. Like, love the term wackadoodle. Heck yeah, wackadoodle. I've said that for a long time. All right. Okay, Amy, you got crystal keys also. So, and this is the number 22. This kind of goes back into the whole twin flame energy this week coming up. It truly is about new levels of communication between the two. There's evolution going on in the twin flame union and journey, and it must be like the internal explorer. So it must be embarked upon. In order, and what I'm trying to say is like you can't receive if you're not receptive to being a receiver, right? And so, and that's massive healing. There should be massive healing within the twin flame union, but it makes sense too because in the energy, the DM was doing a lot of healing this go round. There was something with Elon Musk. I know. Oh yeah, in the workshop, I think we picked up Elon Musk and we shook him upside down. And did you guys see Johnny Depp did something at the Cannes Festival where he like ousted a bunch of shit? I was like, oh, he did what Drew Barrymore was supposed to do. She didn't do it. Johnny Depp stepped up. I mean, Drew Barrymore ousted some things, but I think she's also protecting others, and I don't know why. So, but so there's been some major things going on. But Elon Musk, yeah, and he has said to be in development of a chip that they were going to put in people's heads or something, and there's been a halt to it. I found that kind of strange because that's what Spirit said happened to Jamie Foxx. Like, well, it kind of makes sense. And then every day it's like something weirder about him. You know what I mean? Like, oh, then his daughter was like, oh, no, he's out playing pickleball. And then all of a sudden, oh, no, he was entered into rehab. Like, people are strange when you're a stranger. It's just off the charts now. Like, it really is. I remember when they would always say, grab your popcorn and get ready to watch the crap unfold. Yeah, and yesterday in the workshop, literally Elon Musk got shook upside down. But underneath the White House, you know what also this reminded me of too? Is in the workshop yesterday when we were clearing the Congo, they talked about the directional pull of the White House was intentional, and I like totally knocked them off their tracks, so to speak. And we went under there, and there was like these underground bunkers and tunnels or these areas. And there would be these guys in like these cloaks, right? Like the black KKK. I don't know how else to explain it. No offense to anybody, but that's what it, instead of the white capes, you have like these dark ones. And then they had the crosses upside down with like the rosary bead type looking things. And they were doing these chants, like these dark chants. And then they pointed to the triangle in the eye, which is the all seeing eye. I know that because I was given that in my awakening, and how they were using that for power. And then I went to shaking Elon Musk upside down. And then just like seeing the whole thing crumble. And I think that was like the main parts of that. It was so strange. And then the shackles. After that, like all these shackles just went back to a bunch of people. And we cleared body, like souls out of there too. They said it was Epstein Island S. That's what they relate it to. There was a whole bunch of souls that we cleared out of there. And then I think Elon Musk was the main one yesterday. And then that's when the DM went and cleared a lot of the bloodshed from Jerusalem and things like that, I think too. And they kept saying concentration camps. So it's quite interesting what was cleared yesterday. And I'm quite curious to see how it's going to play out in the environment in which you find yourselves in. But Amy in particular, since you gave me my message, I did tune in for you. It is about healing and being an internal explorer because there's new activations in the frequencies within the twin flame evolution. Okay, so this week ahead truly is all about that. It's about healing and activations within that. And I'm blocking mine. They're literally saying that, which I don't doubt. I don't doubt. It hit me really hard with what happened on the Twin Flame Union this go around. Getting a download of a false DM really hit me hard. But that's right. Yesterday when we went in, like my DM put a ring on my finger. That might be what that was pertaining to. But it's just kind of messed with me. It messed me up a little bit. So I got to just get my head on right really quick. So Lisa says, I watched it now twice now and still couldn't stay awake through the whole thing. So I am hit or miss on some of it. Yeah, isn't that crazy? It's like, how can you detach from the healing of it too because you're in it? Amy, what's the easiest way to get to your Thinkific workshop courses? Just out of curiosity. So I was going to go in and give Lisa the links and stuff. But I know you've done it, so you might have a quick way of something I wouldn't know just in case. Because I'm like I don't always see it from your perspective. So yeah, I don't know. It was pretty interesting video. There's lots of layers to those things that I always try to process. But these are all connected. So we started in Ecuador, and then I went to British Columbia and Kenya and all of that area. There was more cracking of the earth, more people like being sucked off. I like to call it being sucked off. I get that from the show Ghosts. It just makes me laugh every time they're sucked off. I find it funny. I have to find the humor in all of it right now, and just to get back on track, I think. So that's okay. So that's what I thought. So it's like an account. You go to there and you sign into your account on Thinkific, and whatever you purchased you should have access to it right there. So that's what I thought. Okay. So when you became a member, you used an email and a password to create your account. And that is what you sign in with. And once you do that, everything you purchase should be available and easily accessible through there. And I'm going to be sending you an email, Lisa, too, about the Academy, too, because there's another course in that I did. I think Amy was a participant one in that one. I think Justine does. I can't remember. But it was the mediumship course, activation. We did guided meditations in it and stuff. That was a really powerful one. But that's also one that was coming up on your radar. Like, boom, boom. There's quite a few of those courses you might need to do. Yeah. Who knew this week was all about twin flames? I did not know. I do know that I've been being nudged again to be my best. And to be honest with you guys, this journey took a toll on me. But I think there's no coincidences here to why my daughter asked Alexa who the hell Juniper Bloom Mystique is. Because getting that answer made me feel that weight on my shoulders again, because I was just basically kind of giving up on it. And it's not something that's a responsibility I've worked hard for. You know what I mean? Like, that's a responsibility. And I worked, a business there. So I think that might be the wrong link or the wrong way you're getting into it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll send you a link, Lisa. Don't even worry about it then, to get into it. I don't know really what it means to be. All I can tell you is what Spirit pushes on me. It's like, I got to be in balance. We got to unite. And I get frustrated at times. I'm like, it's a lot of weight to carry, especially with trying to unite the twin flames and all that kind of stuff. And then to have this title, who the hell created that title? Who put it in? Like, where did that title come from? Where did the information come from that I'm the newly appointed protector of the balance? But that's constantly why Spirit's like, if I get off of balance, everything's in trouble. So I'll do my best to immediately get back on balance. And I can only hope that I didn't hurt the DM or anything. But it's been one rough journey, to say the least. And I don't think I can handle another false download of a twin flame or anything like that either. So for whatever that's worth, I'll do my best. That's all I can ever do. You know what I mean? That's what I can do. So, trying to tune in to see what I've got coming this week that's super important. We do have the final component on Saturday. I will be uploading something to Patreon as well, so keep just that extra gift. It might not be tonight, it might be tomorrow morning. But either way, you're going to have the extra gift into Patreon, like I talked about, because I just felt like it wasn't enough for this month. So there's that. And then the final around the world excursion next week. We'll see what happens. And yeah, I think that's about it. You're so welcome. I don't know what else to say because the energy this week is twin flame related. But see, the thing is with the twin flame, it affects the whole entire collective whole. So the best thing I can say is whether you're a twin flame or not, tune into the earth this week ahead, like more than usual. Okay, things that are amongst the earth, flowers, birds, trees, whispers in the wind, the breeze. I don't care what it is you tune into. Just do your best to tune into it as much as you can. And creativities. So they're pointing to creativities. Open the channels through active forms of escape, but healthy ones, right? Like we're so used to escaping things in not healthy ways, substances, constantly remaining busy and not being in our body. When you go to a creative state, you're more in the flow of your energy. And that's where it's more powerful to manifest and to create magic. And that's what I've been doing. See, I made a necklace. I love this necklace. It's made from scratch. So it's like the point here is like, don't be afraid to try new things. This is all made from scratch. I just put it all together. It doesn't matter what you want to try. You can do it, right? Just try it. If something's in your heart and you're like, I've never done that before, I don't know how to do that, there's a push for creative flow. The more of us get into the creative flow, especially starseeds and light workers, the more open and collective the collective whole is, and the higher the vibration, manifestings occur on a collective level. Think about what they would use against you, right? Like they would use these things against you in the court of law. That's really kind of bad. But like with media and things, they pull at your heart senses. They pull at the things that your creativities, turn that around for yourself. Try that out. It's the best thing I can say. All right. I think that's it for this time, this go round. Yeah, I'm going to do my best to hopefully not have consequences and keep in balance for the collective soul. The final activations are again I have this feeling they're going to be somewhere in like Maldives and Indonesia. That's about all that's left is Uganda, Somalia, Indonesia, and a couple other little places I've never heard of. So where we go will be remain to be seen. I never know what's going to happen. I didn't know we were going to do all that we did last time either. So I just thank the DM if he can hear this for what he did and accomplished in the energy. It helped. So, all right, you guys. Amy, thanks for tuning in and getting a message for me. I don't like this feeling sometimes. Okay. On that note, I will see you guys next week on the live. I will probably do some donation healings, some things like that. And I'm going to start doing a thing where for those who do donate, I will start trying to give away a free healing again. Okay. Positive. Yes, positive. That's what I was thinking too. I'll just be positive. That's all I can do about it. Get back on track and be positive. Just so tired, I think. But definitely positives. All right, guys. Oh, that is another thing I do want to bring. So expect that this week is something to like, we're going to do a timeline shift, a guided timeline shift. Okay. 4444. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I want to do a guided timeline shift. Hopefully I don't forget. That's going to be pretty cool. I see it in the energy. All right. So expect that. Other than that, keep your expectations free and be happy. And so much love, and like and subscribe. And if you're new here, everything I talk about with activating pyramids and all this kind of stuff is on my channel. Check out the Ascension playlist, but take your time to watch them. It's not just me talking about those. Those are active workshops where I did the work in them. And enjoy. Awaken. Thanks, you guys, for being here. Lots of love, and I will see you soon. Bye.